Hello, happy Friday, everybody. Hope you're all okay. So, we are going to do our writing today, and we are going to be writing a non-chronological report about Georges Seurat. I think that's how you say his name. And we learn about him in Wonder in Art with Mrs. Tildesley, and we're going to use that knowledge to write a non-chronological report. So, let me share the screen. We are writing a non-chronological report, so we need to know the features and use the features of a non-chronological report by retrieving old learning on non-chronological reports so that we can write one on our artist, Georges Seurat. Okay, so I want you to pause for me and write these 3 underlined things here. I have just done the same on my sheet as well. Okay, oh, I've not underlined mine. You need to underline it. You underline it and I'll underline it with my ruler. Okay. So, who knew this lesson would turn into watch Miss Note do some underlining? Cracking lesson. So, first of all, I've done it again year 4. I've forgotten to cover up what I wanted to cover up. Let's see if I learn it from the next one as well. Of course I have. Let me just cover that up as well. So, let's go back. I'd like you to pause and have a think about the features of a non-chronological report. The key word here being structural. So that just means what it looks like, not thinking about the words yet. What is the structure of a non-chronological report? Have a think for me. Okay. We have a title, often a picture with a caption underneath it that explains the picture, or sometimes labels for a diagram so that we know what the picture is. The picture helps us understand the report, but we need to know exactly what the picture is as well. Subtitles, which can be questions or it can be statements, and a paragraph, usually 1 or 2 paragraphs per subtitle. Okay, so what about the grammatical features? Think about Rainbow Grammar. Think about what kinds of sentences we're going to use. What grammatical and writing features then do we use in a non-chron report? In a non-chronological report, we have lots. So we need to remember that the purpose of a non-chronological report is to inform the reader. So we are giving them information. We are the expert and we are giving them information. So we need lots of things to do with giving information. The main Rainbow Grammar that I think of when I think of giving extra information are subordinate clauses and appositives. Okay, so I'm just going to make a little note in the top corner of my book here, these things that I would like to include. I'm going to write subordinate clauses because they give you extra information, either giving you an opposite statement. So although it's a type of fish, it's made of cartilage instead of what other fish are made of. So giving you extra information there, or because, or since, in order to, so that, all of those conjunctions that we know of can be used to give extra information. So it's really important that we use subordinate clauses. We can also see that lists are used here. So we might list, what might we be listing for Georges Seurat? We might be listing the things that he's made. We might list those. So I'm going to write list here. We also need adverbs, and adverbs are really important when writing non-chronological reports because they tell us when. So as soon as he died, this is about Tutankhamun. As soon as, or over a period of 20 years, Robert Louis Stevenson wrote some works. Normally, interestingly, usually, all of these just add a little bit of extra information. So we're going to need adverbs or adverbial phrases. And we're also going to need, I'm making a note of this as well, appositives, because they give you that extra information. So here, A cup found by a man named Theodore Davis with Tutankhamun and his wife on it was a clue that he helped them find the boy king. Okay, so there, the positive is with Tutankhamun and his wife on it. It's extra information about this cup that was found. Okay, so these are the things that we're going to be including. I've made a note of them because we are going to inform our reader about Georges Seurat. Okay, and I've spelt his name wrong here. I'm sure it's got an A. Mrs. Tildersley told me it had an A. Oops. So we're just going to have a little think about these. I would like you to make a note of these in your book as we go through, and then underneath we can do our final report. Okay, so let me just change the camera. There we go. So now you can see my book so that I can show you that I'm going to be writing some idea sentences here, and then I'll start my report afterwards. So if we're going to use appositives, I can add either extra information about Georges Seurat, or I can add extra information about pointillism. So what extra information do we know about Georges Seurat? We know he was an artist. So I might say Georges Seurat was born in, and that information I know is 1859. So I might put Georges Seurat, I'll put his whole name because I might use this at the very start. I know you can't see it very well at the moment. I can't, or can I? Oh, year 4 Miss Nope might have just found a way. Oh, look at that. I hope it's making it bigger for you. There we go. So, Georges Seurat, apologies if I'm saying that wrong, comma, a famous artist. Now, what did I want to say about him? I wanted to say he was born in 1859. I could put where he was born, I could put anything. So my extra information there is that he is a famous artist. I might say, I could say his age maybe. I could say any extra information about him there using what we learned from Mrs. Tildersley's lesson. And then I'm going to push the boat out. I'm going to talk about pointillism, not at the start. I'll talk about that maybe in a different paragraph. Let's think about the 3 paragraphs that we're going to have. We're going to have 1 paragraph about George. So that's going to be this sentence. It is going to go in paragraph 1. Then paragraph 2, let's have a little look, is going to be about his education. And then paragraph and his learning to be an artist. And then paragraph 3 will be about why he's famous. So pointillism can go in paragraph 3 because it's why he's famous. He created pointillism. So here, pointillism, my main clause will be pointillism was created by Georges Seurat. That's my sentence. Now I need to think about my appositive. So my sentence, my main clause, pointillism was created by Seurat. What extra information do we know about pointillism? We know it's a style of art. We know it is made of lots of tiny dots. So I'm going to put pointillism, painting. Oh no, painting is a verb. We can't have that. Nope. With I'm just going to put lots of dots. I could make that sound a little bit better, but I will have a think about that. Pointillism, lots of dots, was created by Seurat. There we go. So I've got my 2 appositives, 1 for paragraph 1, 1 for paragraph 3. So I've got some appositives. Now, I'm going to have an adverb in there. And I know that actually, when he was in education, Seurat actually had to complete a year of military training before he could go back and do some more learning about art. So that's quite an interesting or random or different fact. I'm going to say interestingly, or randomly, maybe not randomly, or surprising. Oh, I'm going to go with surprisingly, and this is going to go in paragraph 2. I'm going to make a note of that because this is his education. In paragraph 2, I'm going to say surprisingly, comma, George's completed a year of military training, and I'll leave it there. I don't want to take too long on this video. Year of training with the military, and that's my adverb done. I've got an adverb. I'm going to list his paintings or his works, so I'll leave that there. And then a subordinate clause. Well, let's do that one. This is again going to be for his education, I think, because I'm going to say that he studied at 2 art schools. So in order to do what? What did Georges Seurat do? So in order to become a fantastic artist, well-known artist, famous artist, good artist, good isn't really good enough though because he's famous, great artist, in order to become a successful, let's go with successful, you can go with whatever you'd like, in order to become a successful artist, comma, Seurat studied blah, 2 schools, 2 art schools. Okay, so this is sort of my note-making stage where I've noted down something for paragraph 1, something for paragraph 2, and something for paragraph 3. Okay, so if I make this a little bit smaller now, because you don't really need to see my book anymore, and we're going to look. So this is the, in fact, before I go on to the next slide, I'd like you to pause and make sure that you've got a couple of sentences, one with an appositive, one with a subordinate clause, and one with an adverbial phrase, please. Make sure you've noted those down at the start for like a draft section. And then I'm going to show you a waggle, okay? I'm going to leave the waggle up and you can have a look at it, but please do not copy. Myself and Mrs. Tildesley recognise our own work when we are marking, so please don't copy it. Please just magpie parts, okay? So as you can see, I've chosen to set it out however I would like, and you can do so underneath your work. So you might choose to write his name in the middle or at the left or at the right, and then you can draw your own pictures as well. But like we say in school, always get that writing done first. So Georges Seurat, first of all, paragraph number 1, subtitle, who is Georges Seurat? So we need to know about him first of all. So born on the 2nd of December, 1859. I've had an adverbial there for when. Georges Seurat was a famous artist. His parents, both wealthy, and that's an appositive, his parents, both wealthy, helped him set up his own studio after he finished school. So that's a little bit about George and about his having wealthy parents and coming from a very fortunate home. Now, education. Seurat attended multiple art schools where he learned about school and drawings. But interestingly, Georges had to leave school, so here I said surprisingly, leave school to complete, Miss Note, you did not reread your work, to complete a year of military training. I think I was going to say to do a year of military training, but thought complete is a more up-leveled word choice. What is he known for? Well, throughout his life, another adverbial phrase, this is throughout his life, Georges Seurat created many masterpieces, such as, and then I'm going to list them here, Brothers in Asnières, don't know how to say that, apologies, Sunday Afternoon on the Island of La Grande Jatte, and The Circus. I've listed 3 things that he created. Now, instead of saying his name again, I've said the famous artist. That's my subject. The famous artist is also known for creating a new style of painting called pointillism, painting using very tiny dots, using numerous tiny dots. Okay, so there I have got a list, a subordinate. Have I got a subordinate clause actually? I don't think I've got a subordinate clause. Year 4, take this opportunity to write something better than Miss Note. So include a subordinate clause in there for me, guys. I've got a list, I've got an adverbial, and I've got an appositive. Your challenge is to include all of those things and a subordinate clause to beat me. Okay, so I'll leave this waggle up, but now the rest is up to you. It's your turn to use these draft sentences to help you write your own non-chronological report about George's. Okay, fabulous. I can't wait to see all of your fantastic reports, and I will see you all next week. Have a wonderful, restful weekend, and I'll give you a little wave to the camera. See you later, guys. Have a lovely weekend.